Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome back to My Roots, a Minecraft series where we went back to the first ever version of Minecraft we played to try and play it again. And we're going to work up through all of the versions, heading all the way on up to, I think it's 1.21.2? Something along those lines. I think that's the most recent full release version, which is honestly crazy to think about. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the episode. Today, we're going to work on buttoning up the last of Lone Tree Corral. The main projects for that are related here. We've got some cliffs to finish up on this side and on that side. We've got two roads that are going to split off here. We've got a wheat field and obviously just the paths and all of that. Some boulders, some bushes, and a mixed bag of other little items. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to start by placing in some roads. So our little road design here is pretty much just going to stay the same for probably the first couple of updates through Minecraft here. It's quick, it's simple, it gets the job done, and it is just 4 blocks. So we use cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, stone, and gravel, just to add a little bit of variation to everything. And that's really what we're working on. We want it to look like it's a road, but also kind of look like it's been worn. We have a couple other ideas for some longer paths down over there in the main swamp area. We haven't shown that off too much yet. I think I really just put down my initial idea and then kind of just ran with it. And it looks pretty nice. This one here is just going to mosey off into a little path. We're going to leave some space around here for future builds to just kind of add into the area. Just because I think I don't want to build everything now because, one, I don't have all the ideas to fill all of this now. Like, I have no ideas for over there, up top, our little kind of peninsula that sticks out over there. This here, I want to build a little meteor in and make it a little crash site. That's definitely going to be a future project because there are blocks that don't exist yet in these versions of Minecraft for me to build what I want to build down there. So there's going to be some spots that are going to be left open for the time being. These cliffs, I'm probably going to end up ending there just for now. So that way we can figure out what we want to do for future projects down here and kind of just continue from there. And I think that's just going to be a little bit of a better way to do it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn this into our little wheat field. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when we come back. So we now have another nice little wheat farm over here. This one is much bigger than the one over there. And ooh, I actually forgot. I made little straw golems. I forgot to add a head onto that one, so we'll have to get that going in a moment. I wanted to do scarecrows. It was honestly... I think it fits. I think it's cool. I think it's funny. These are jack-o'-lanterns, so they do provide light through the area. So we have a little bit here. Kind of it's split into 3 fields. I've got a little bit of a gravel path going through. This was honestly kind of fun. I wanted some feature to kind of break it up. I didn't want just a big solid wheat field out here. And I tried to keep a majority of it hydrated. Pretty much under each of these is a water source to kind of hydrate things. I think there's just a random one over here. Nah, I put it like under buildings and stuff. And I'm pretty happy with it. I think that came out real well. I also went through and added a few trees on this end here. Added some more of our torch pillars around. And really just went through and kind of grassed the place up. I added some grass. I added some boulders. I added a few, maybe a few more bushes. Just to kind of clean the place up. I think it's looking much more complete. Especially with the grass. I do kind of dislike that we don't have 2 tall grass yet, because throwing some of those in every once in a while would add a little bit more variety, because then we'd have grass block, low grass, high grass. But at this moment, we do not. But I kind of want to go and look at it from over here, because I like seeing this. I rode in on the horse earlier, who we still haven't named. I've been terrible with that. But yeah, I think that adds in a good amount there. You know, a little bit of the grass, a little bit of the trees. We did get one of our large trees over here. I may change out and have a large tree over here. There's a little torch and pillar trick you can do to force those to grow. So we'll take a look at that once we get to that point, if I decide I want it that way. But I think that is this area 98% complete for what the corral is. The only thing really left that we have to do is get some more horses in here, which is going to probably be in the next couple of episodes, or maybe I'll do it off camera in a live stream. I haven't decided yet. We'll get them kind of filled in as we go. But I'm honestly pretty happy with all of this. I like walking through it, you know, obviously, especially since I got some more of the boulders and bushes in, and the grass really helps a lot. It makes it feel a lot less flat. What I think I'm going to do now is I want to find a point where I can pillar up so that we can kind of view everything on this version so that we can see it. And then I'm going to bring you guys back and show you a little bit of the before picture on this. So I'm going to try and show this view side by side here, just so you guys can kind of see what it used to look like and what it currently looks like, just directly side by side from this exact point. I know this isn't the best angle on the done one, because we have this whole section over here that isn't done, mainly because I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. So we're going to just kind of ignore that whole right side of the screen there. But I'm very happy with how this is pretty much all come together. This started off as me just wanting to do something with horses, and it honestly evolved into a very fun build for me. I very, very much enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see what we do next is kind of the big thing. Because next episode, we're probably going to update to 1.7, so whatever our stable version of 1.7 is, and kind of work through some stuff. I do have to get a bunch of infrastructure stuff done, though, that I just really haven't done. So it's been kind of a bad on me part, just not getting it done. I definitely didn't fall off this pillar and die, by the way. It definitely didn't happen. It's just two pillars here for no reason at all, so it's okay. We'll just ignore it. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be one of our next big items, is obviously updating to 1.7, but also getting some more infrastructure done. I want to get a multi-purpose mob farm going. I want to get an initial storage room going as well. As I said, we're going to have our storage spread out, but I still would like to have storage area to begin with. So I think we're going to start working on a project like that. And I've had this planned out before we even started this. But this ended up just running away. You know, we just ran away with this, and it was, all in all, a blast. I think the only thing I'm missing is a large field for horses. So I'll probably end up adding that in some way, shape, or form up here. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe just block in a whole section of the cliffs. Who knows? But I think this all pretty much just it came out real well. As I said, I'm very, very happy with it. So I hope you all did enjoy this build so far. Please let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. If there's anything you think I should add, anything you think I should change, anything you think that doesn't fit. Again, remember this is version 1.6.4, so there is a lot of stuff later that we'll be able to use, but not a lot right now. But with that, this should be the last night we're going to sleep in Project House over on this project. And it is very boring compared to everything else we've built in this area, because each time we kind of upgraded the builds as we went. And I'm very happy, especially with that barn. The video I found for it and the picture I found for it was fantastic. They did a fantastic job. I remember I did link them in the video that I did the build in. I apologize, I'm drawing a blank on their name right now. But definitely swing back, check out our barn build episode, and we'll be able to go from there. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, between this episode and next, get all of this stuff emptied out and brought back home. We do have a fair amount, and honestly, I know I just said that. I'm probably going to leave it here until we get our storage room built. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. But with that, I want to thank you for stopping in. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you all have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.